Very good, friends. I think we're running now. Yes. Okay. Looks like we're all set. Doc South here. Um, Actually, in my jammies. I am. Uh, no, you see, no, well, I am. But that's all right because I want to get this done before I go to bed. Frankly, I don't think I could sleep that well till I do. I'm looking at a picture, an area that I think at one time was probably not too bad a spot to live. Frankly, it doesn't look much different than a town in North Jersey. You get right down to it. It's, but it looks, I'm counting, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, maybe nine houses. Not one of them is, well, there's maybe one, maybe two that are in livable shape and not really very good livable shape. No doors, some cases, no windows, blue tarp roofs, that kind of thing. Certainly no siding, and strewn around these homes are things like refrigerators with no doors, mattresses sitting on top of garbage cans. There's just boards all over the place. And honestly, as I look through there, through the scene, I don't see one window. I see window frames, but no glass. There's no windows on any of these homes. One house has some shutters that look like they might be made of metal. And that's about it. I do see the remains of a few houses. I see a case where a roof is upside down next to one good house. Looks like there's a pile of rubble behind the good house, and that's probably where the roof came from. It's a mess. I see a clothesline. There is some clothes on the line that obviously has been cleaned recently. What I'm looking at is a picture of a neighborhood in Puerto Rico, and it looks like a relatively recent photo. It looks like spring because the leaves are, yeah, pretty much. It looks like new leaves coming onto the trees. That looks like fresh grass growing in the between the houses. It looks like it to me, shrubbery and that kind of thing. That's evidently a neighborhood that got hit by that awful hurricane back in the day. Well, that was back about 6, 7 months ago now. You folks remember here in Jersey what it was like to get after to survive after Hurricane Sandy, and frankly, we had a lot of help. And even then, I know some people, a month without power. Remember how that felt? It was rotten. I worked in a supermarket. The supermarket took a bad hit. It was tough. Well, now let me cut to another point here. I am part of a group called the Lost Storytellers, and what they do, well, it's a group of people that try to overcome their problems or the problems of others, and not let that get them, and start doing some stories, whatever creative work they do, whether that story be spoken word like I often do, or written, or songs, or poetry, or movies. That's what they try to do. And in most cases, the folks in this group, as near as I understand it, have overcome some pretty wild life obstacles, much like I guess those people in Puerto Rico are going through right now. I'm sure help has arrived, but it's a big island, and I don't see how they can get to everybody. So there's someone in our group, in the Lost Storyteller group. Her name is Toni with an I. Toni with an I. She's a mother of four. I'm reading now from her story. I don't think she'll mind if I use her name. Toni Frankenfield. She lives out in Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania. She says she's a mother of four. She has a firm belief in God, as well as service, learning, and outreach. In other words, she's good people. She's from Pennsylvania. She lives in a warm home. Well, you have to in Pennsylvania, or it's curtains. running water, electricity, all that stuff. Yeah, and all the comforts of home that we take for granted. She's also a photographer, and she served 4 years in AmeriCorps. As of April of this year, just the other day, in other words, she's been asked to join a mission group that is currently filming a documentary about the aftermath of. I'm sorry, I lost the after of the hurricane that went through Puerto Rico. A Puerto Rican community. She's beyond blessed to have been asked to join the group, she says. She goes on to say, and the production assignment for the project, I guess, will take a few weeks. She has an opportunity to be part of it. It's a 2-week trip. She will not be paid. This is not a paying gig. And she must cover her own expenses, such as flight, lodging, insurance, food, travel fees, and transportation. She has to raise about $1,200. I would imagine more wouldn't hurt. I got a feeling she's doing that bare bones. And 1,200, I'm sure more would help her pay down the cost of the trip, or maybe help someone else who's maybe having trouble raising money to be on that trip. She has a GoFundMe site. I'll get you all that information here, but your contribution will be used for a few specific things: travel back and forth from Pennsylvania to Puerto Rico, lodging, vehicle rentals, food, water, fuel, other expenses for production, for a production crew of 2 to 4. If you go to I hope I haven't said YouTube. No, GoFundMe site. You will, I think, find there's also some information from the director of the group, Davo Paul, who created Spirit of Puerto Rico, the Solutions. That's where you and I come in. And he has a story to tell about what's going on down there. And it's maybe too long for me to read there, but they want to get down there and first off help and also document what's going on and how people are being resilient but still overwhelmed. If you can help, Toni, that would be great. What you do, let's see if I've got the name right for this. And I hope I'm going to run this by Toni before I post it to anything I do. But let's see. I think, you just go to GoFundMe and you search Toni's, that's TONI''S, Toni's Puerto Rico Hurricane Relief Mission Trip. Toni's, with an I, Toni's Puerto Rico Hurricane Relief Mission Trip. And her goal is, I think, $1,200. She hasn't raised that much, if anything, yet. But I believe she's just started this thing, I think, today. So I just wanted to send this out to her as a YouTube. I will put it on my YouTube site, providing I like how it came out, and we'll go from there. Again, if you can help her, you'll be doing a good thing. I'm sure even $5 would be $5 more than she had. Okay, so if you can help. Looking at those people in Puerto Rico, I see one fella in all that group, one fella walking, and he's kind of, he's walking like, boy, this ain't so good. Yeah, and yet he looks like he's also looking for something that he's got to maybe straighten out. In other words, he's working on something around what used to be, what I imagine was a half-decent home. And he must be cleaning up some clutter one place or another. But he could work on that, just the scene in this photo. He could work on that for probably 2 years and not get it to where it looked like before the hurricane came. It's that bad. Okay. Anyway, there you go. I think, personally, I think if someone wants to go down there and help those people, we should do what we can. So, again, Toni's Puerto Rico Hurricane Relief Mission Trip, and that is on GoFundMe. Okay, so there you are. Tony, I hope that helps. And well, there you go. Doc South here saying thank you. God bless. And well, we'll see you later, friends. Thank you.